Welcome to Retro Upgrade. This time we will be building my new computer. Here's the motherboard. Nothing special. I have Nvme drive, 1 terabyte. The star of the show, a 5900X. Was going for 5950, but it was too expensive. 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM, some thermal paste, and a water cooler. So here's the monster. This is metal. The bars. Let's see if we can get it in frame. So it's a Viper something or other case from very long ago. As you can see from the sticker, it's a Athlon sticker. It's really big. It's almost as big as the thermal take over there. That one's big too. I had to modify the thermal take for fitting the 3090. I think I'll have to do the same for this. It's really big and really long. But this case has a few features I like. It has temperature sensor down here. Let's see. Down here it has a screen with a temperature sensor. The power button is hidden somewhere. I think it's hidden in the box over here. This is a little lid with some USBs and the power. Headphone jacks in front. I like that because I still use the RCA plugs. And IEEE Thunderbolt thingy. I'm not going to be using that. I'm probably going to change these out for USB 3. You can buy the pack of them with 2 and a connector on the back from AliExpress for like €7. So I'll be changing those. And you just hook it up to the motherboard. I'll be removing the stickers it has. I also need to make space for the water cooler. So I'll probably make a hole here somewhere. Maybe remove some of the shroud. Do some custom 3D printing. It has a nice acrylic side. So the RGB from the power supply and the CPU cooler will be visible, even if I don't care about that. It has some problems. It has a broken piece over here. It's missing the plastic here. It's also the acrylic is loose. One of the rivets gave up. So I'll probably glue that. And one of the metal pieces has been bent out of shape here. So I'll have to do some work on this. I'll have to see where the power supply reaches here. So I can maybe mount the AIO on a slanted angle and put a bracket here made of 3D printing just to keep it dust free and sealed. I have the plastic piece that's missing over here, so I got that from Richard. It also has a nice surprise. Richard left me old floppy drive. I use these sometimes when I work on old computers just to format disks and stuff. It's a little dirty. It's really long. That's what I like. I will probably need to cut over here though. So I'll have to cut this. So I have to reinforce from here to here. I don't know if I'm going to do that with 3D printing or welding. I have a new welder, so maybe I'll use the welder and that's it. Otherwise, looks good. The AIO doesn't fit over here, otherwise I would use it there. And I'll see how much space I have on top. Maybe I can just mount it on the outside, or maybe just cut off this and do a mesh grill here. Still not sure about how I'm going to fix that. Oh, and it has another surprise I'm not sure I'm going to be using, but nice either way. Let's put on the case side. There's a lot of ugly stickers everywhere. This side doesn't have much to show, the other side. And this is the surprise. So it has first of all, it has an XP key over here. Not going to be using that, obviously. I have this. And I think this is a cooling thingy mixed with USB and stuff. So it looks cool. I'll see if it works still. See what it looks like and if it's worth keeping. I also got some DVD burners. I usually use those when I make Xbox backups and stuff. But it will be fun to troubleshoot this. And also, I want to integrate some USB-C ports somewhere, so maybe I can change these out. It also has the audio jacks, so maybe I can ignore this. I don't know still how I'm going to be using that, or I'll just remove it if I don't need it. I have a card reader that's USB 3.0 on the desk, so I really don't need it. And I do have the temperature over here, so maybe not required. Okay, so next time you'll see me doing some modifications to the box to make everything fit. I'm going to remove the AIO. I'm going to do some stuff on camera and some stuff off because it's hard to film because I need to disassemble my computer to make this one, so I can't record with the overhead cameras and stuff that's they're up there. So I'll be recording the entire video with the cell phone. Hopefully, it's somewhat viewable because this phone doesn't have the best camera. I have it on a tripod, so it's somewhat stable. Let's start with the hard stuff first, making the modifications to the case. In this case, I need a holder for the water block or the water cooler thingy. I was thinking of mounting it up here. Should be enough space. So it's 240 long. So I was thinking of mounting it here. And 12 wide. A little more than 12. So I need to make some brackets. Let's open this up. Water block. So I need a way to put through the tubes and the water block through here, and then go down to the CPU. Looks really nice. I think it has screen here, if I'm not mistaken. And this fits here quite nicely, actually. It has mounting holes. Okay. From both sides. So I can mount it as I want to do. Like this. I just need to drill a hole, make an adapter plate to put over here. So I need to cut this, I'm guessing. Yeah, the power supply will be right about here. So yeah, I need to drill a hole. There's some fans for the heatsink, a manual, some kind of the bracket for the CPU. See what we got. More screws. We actually got some thermal paste with this one. I have better thermal paste. I bought another mounting bracket and more screws. I'm using the digital calipers. Zero it out. Let's see. Okay, it's not big enough. That's the spacing. $105. It's standard spacing for fans. Those mounting holes go like these. Yep. Hole diameter. Fit the screw. 50. Or, I want to break this. 70. 80. So smallest hole I can make is about 60. Put this screw like this. No. So I need to make it 70 or 80. Okay. I have one of these. two screws here. Okay, so the two screws holding it in, these two. There is a small hole here. Maybe I can use that. Let's cut that off and see. I don't think I can fit the water block through there. Okay, so there was a small hole right underneath. I'll put in my fingers. Let's put it in frame. It has the front panel connector. I was thinking of cutting out this piece like this and putting the AIO through, then making a bracket to put on. Then I can have the AIO or the radiator free floating here until I make some clips to put around and screw on. But then I can test the machine actually. So let's follow the contours of the old and cut this out. Hopefully it fits, otherwise I have to widen it a bit, but that's fine. This turned out decent. I'll clean up later. There we go. So we need to clean up the corners and see if the AIO goes in. That's not too bad. So this looks pretty good. I'll be reusing the PSU, the NVMe, and both mechanical hard drives from this computer, as well as the fans. The case is going to get thrown out, it's too big. And my girlfriend is going to keep my old 1700X because she doesn't have a good computer yet. So this is an upgrade for her and one for me. The modular power supply. I'm preparing the case to put in the motherboard so I can check the fitment of the GPU. I'm pretty sure it will hit one of the trays for the hard drives, so I'll have to cut a slot for it just like I did on the Thermaltake. That's no big deal, it's quite easy. Just looking at placement and wire routing. Moment of truth, does it fit? No, not even a chance. Actually, it fits underneath if I remove the bottom part of the trays. So I'll be doing that with an angle grinder. It has better fitment than the other case, so I don't need to cut both sides. Let's take out the motherboard and get outside and cut with the angle grinder. Just install the CPU. $5900X. This massive case for that little thing. Look at this. Foam, instructions, and the CPU. And we have a sticker. You can remove the Athlon one and put this one on. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. Hands are clean. Open this up. Very careful. The notch is up here. Down there. RAM. These are stuck. New NVMe, 1 terabytes, Kingston, 3500 megabits. There we go. Heat spreader is on. We need to mount the cooler. We should be able to route power, put on drives, and we're done. Then the 3090, you have to test fits. That is really tight. The power. It actually fit. Fucking in. Okay, this fits. Don't worry, the zip tie is temporary. I'll be 3D printing mounts in a little while. Let's turn our attention to the case. The acrylic is loose, so I'll have to fix it. Glue is the most useful thing you can do here because it used some plastic rivets, probably acrylic cement or something. I don't have that at home, so super glue should work. It's now fixed. Yeah, Fuga. And both Nvmes. Two keyboards. This is how it looks. It's RGB. It gets view from inside. Cortex 3090 has a infinite mirror. The PSU also has RGB. Not that I care. Time for some 3D printing. I'm printing shrouds for the fans so I don't stick the fingers in, or most likely the daughter. I'll be making a separate video for this on how I designed and made this. It was pretty easy, but I'm using FreeCAD instead of Fusion, so it will be somewhat educational. The fit is awesome. Just snaps on. I leave the plans in the description as well. Smell less than keepy. Papa smell. Papa. Now for a cover for the interface where the tubes go in from the water cooler, so I don't get a lot of dust inside the computer. More 3D printing. I can make a video for this as well, but it's not as interesting as the shroud. because it's a flat piece with some clips, pretty much. But if you want to see that, just leave a message in the description and I can release the video as well. I recorded everything. Because I'm using a new program, FreeCAD, it took me a little longer than usual to design this, but it has some really nice features. Subscribe if you like this content. It's so satisfying with the new glass bed I made. It just pulls off really easily when it cools down. Next piece is mounting brackets. I only printed one first to see if it fits. I think I did 5 different versions. They take 20 minutes to print each. But it worked out in the end. The music you're hearing is from the Gremlins video game from the Nintendo. I really like the soundtrack. It has some small grooves underneath. I used as clamping brackets, let's say. So the rails on the sides have a small groove, and I designed these to snap in and screw on to the thing. I'm putting on the shroud cover here so the tubing doesn't rub or anything. And these are the brackets. So they fit over the screw holes. Actually, I have to take out the screws and screw them in over these, but the screws that came with the AIO are too short. So I did that off camera. I got some new screws and just screwed it on. And it's really, really stable. And of course the shrouds. Here they come. They look amazing. I put my own logo on them. Why not? So the ones I leave in the description will be without the logo, and if you want to learn how to put in the logo, just watch the video I'm going to release on how I designed these. Now I turn my attention to the front panel. It has a small display that shows the temperature. After looking at it, it didn't work at the first time, so it has a ripped connector. So after measuring and looking around, I finally solved it. So I will make a separate video for this, and I got it working, and it actually looks really good. Here's the working piece. Now for the result.
One eternity later.
Thank you for watching until the end. As always, I'm really grateful that you watch my videos. The channel is growing quite steadily, so I'm really happy about that. The next videos will be the ones I promised, 3D printing and the fix for the front panel. Have a nice one, bye.